everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. Right now it's January 4th, and so I'm on winter break. So I decided to make some more videos because I enjoy making videos. It's just during the school year I don't have as much time, and this first semester I was busy applying for colleges, but maybe next semester for my final semester of high school I'll be able to make some more videos. I'll be a little less busy, and maybe I'll do some videos documenting my training for Boston, as I'll be running Boston Marathon in April, so that's really exciting. But yeah, right now I'm out for a walk, so I just decided that for this video it'd be fun to talk about my 2:42 marathon that I ran a few weeks back at the Tucson Marathon, and how that went. So going into that race, I had a lot of good training. I think I had a lot of weeks that I was above 110 miles per week, balancing that with school. I could make some more videos talking about how I balance school with that mileage, but you just gotta be focused and determined and all that stuff. So let me know if you want more about my training and how I trained to run the 2:42 marathon. But for this video I'll talk more about the race. I knew going into it that I wanted to go through halfway, giving myself a chance to PR. Last year at the Tucson Marathon, when I ran 2:47, I ran my first half in like 1:27:30, and then my second I negative split a lot, maybe like 1:20 for my second half. So going into this race, I knew that I wanted to give myself a chance to, not have to negative split that much. So I wanted to open up faster than last year. And so as we started the race, I felt a really strong tailwind behind us. So starting out, I started out about like 6:30, but then I started feeling the tailwind really strong. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna use this tailwind to my advantage and just try to use it as much as I can for as long as possible. So then for like the next couple miles, I was like going like in the 5:55s, which was crazy to me because I had never even touched that speed. And obviously everything's relative, but I had never really touched that type of pace at all in training. So I was like really surprised. Like I was just clicking off like 6:0s and like 5:55s and stuff like that. Like it seemed pretty easy. Like my breathing felt fine. So I was like, wow, this is going pretty good. So I kind of just like went out on a limb, which you gotta sometimes do. You just gotta trust in your training and trust all that mileage will pay off. So then yeah, I was feeling pretty good. And then at 13 miles you would go out a little bit and then back, and then you end up running the half marathon course for the last 13. But on the little out at like 11 miles, it's like uphill a little bit. So that was kind of tough after so much downhill on the quads. Going on the uphill on the out was kind of tough, and it was actually kind of rolly, like up and down on the out and back. So that was kind of tough. My pace kind of slowed to about like 6:20, I think. Yeah, so after I did that out and back, I came through the half marathon, 13.1 miles, and I'm pretty sure it was like right at 1:21:30. So once I saw that, I was like, wow, how about that? So I was like, dang, I'm gonna have a pretty good day if I don't completely blow up. But yeah, I was like shocked to come through 1:21:30. So I was like, okay, let's get going. So then I started going back on the main road, because you basically run on the side of the highway for the Tucson Marathon. So I got going on the main road again, and it started to get tough. I'm not gonna lie. At like 14 miles, I was like, okay, let's just keep trying to click off like 6:0s for as long as I can and see what happens. A marathon, it's supposed to be hard, so it's not supposed to be easy. The pace shouldn't feel easy because it's a race. It's what you train for. So once it got hard, I was like, it's supposed to be hard. That's what you sign up for. It's supposed to be hard. It's not supposed to be like just a regular easy run, because you only do this like a couple times a year, this hard effort. So then I saw my parents at about like 16 miles. They were able to pull off the side of the road and see me and take a video of me, which was great. It was a good way to like take my mind off the hood of the race, and you know, a good way to mix it up and things like that. So they saw me from like 16 and a couple times between 16 and 18. So that was great. And then after 18, I started passing a lot of the half marathoners, because the half marathon starts 30 minutes after the marathon, but sometimes the slower half marathoners you pass along the way as you finish. So I started passing those guys, and you can kind of see in the video, but I started passing them. So that was good because it gave me some targets to shoot for. So then I just kept pushing, grinding it out, and I was about at like 20 miles, 21 miles, and you know, it was getting tough. I wanted to stop, but I just kept telling myself, you don't stop when you're tired, you stop when you're done. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, all those training runs, you train your mind. It's really, all those training runs, it's just training the mind to, you know, push past the discomfort. And there were a lot of training runs. I was at like 14 miles and I still had like a couple miles left, and I was like, well, what am I gonna do if I stop now? Am I gonna teach myself to stop during the race, that it's okay to do that? No. So you gotta push through even on those training runs. You know, that's what makes those training runs important. It's not just the miles, it's training the mind as well. So I just remembered all those training runs and all the time I had spent, and I did not want to waste this moment stopping, because at that point I knew I was on a very good pace to PR, and I just wanted to do everything I could to, you know, keep pushing. So at about 24 miles, you go off the main road that you've been on for a long time, and you go onto this, you know, flat area, and then there was an uphill. And so that at that point, after going so much downhill, my quads were like burning. So it was kind of hard going on that uphill. And that was, I think, my slowest mile besides my first mile. I think my first mile was like 6:30, and then that one went like the 24th or 25th mile was like 6:27 or something like that. So then the last like the 25th and 26th mile was I cut it back down a little more to like 6:15, but I'm actually, and then I came into the finish line and my time was 2:42 like 15, I think. So I'm actually very proud of that time. And you know, in the Tucson Marathon last year, like when I ran 2:47, I felt like I was like had a lot left at the end, and that's why my last mile I was able to run like 5:55 for my last mile. But this year my last mile was like 6:15, but I felt like I had really paced it a lot better. I pretty much even split, maybe a little bit negative split, but not by much. So I was very happy with how I ran this race as opposed to last year. I felt like at the end I was much more, I'd given a lot more and used my energy more equally throughout the race. So I was very happy about that. So then I ended up running, like I said, a time of 2:42.15 for a new PR. But it is important that I mention that that was aided a lot by a very, very strong tailwind that we had. And it's obviously also a very downhill course. So I will say, I don't want to take anything away from that. But yeah, and I ended up getting 4th overall, and last year I got 9th overall. So I was really happy about that. And I was like only like 30 or 45 seconds off 3rd place. So if I would have known that, maybe I would have pushed harder. But you know, you got to be content with everything you gave on the day, and you know, just be satisfied with what it was. And it would have been cool to get top 3, but 4th place is still good too. Yeah, so that was my recap of the 2023 Tucson Marathon. I hope you enjoyed. I kind of feel like I was just rambling, but you know, those are the thoughts that go through your head when you're running. So yeah, I'm hoping I can make some more videos, because I do enjoy the process of making and filming and editing the videos, but you know, I'm just busy sometimes during the school year. But yeah, like I said, hopefully this last semester I'll have some more free time and be able to document. Definitely I want to make some videos about Boston and my preparation for that. So well, yeah, let me know in the comments if you want to see any more videos, like maybe a day in the life, or how I manage training in school, or things like that. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and have a good one.